I would do it for just one person, honestly, if that one person would actually learn something valuable from the session that they could go and implement and then do, and it would actually either save them some time or help them generate some revenue or create some value somewhere else in their business. So if it helps just one person, I'm pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I've just been playing with Zapier and trying to integrate. I'm hoping to use ManyChat to do both, my lead nurturing, but also I provide an information product. So just hooking up my billing system via Zapier. Just looking at all the conditional tricks that I'm learning from you, so I can just run sort of one broadcast where it's just segmenting off. So yeah, I've learned a lot from watching. It's been amazing.
Well, hopefully you guys will keep learning, because we're just actually kind of getting started into this training. So hopefully by the end of this session, we'll cover all the noob stuff. So any real noob question, then we can just refer to some content that already exists. So hopefully by the end of this session, I can get through everything else in ManyChat that we haven't actually touched on. That's an option that you have in there, and just completely cover all that stuff. So I should be able to do that by this session, because we've touched on most everything. But ManyChat has a lot of functionality, so there's a lot of different things inside there we can learn how to do. By the beginning of the new year, if you guys want to start a New Year's resolution that you're going to start your own bot agency and you're going to build bots for people as a service, you'll be able to accomplish that. If you just want to make sure your New Year's resolution hit a certain goal by being able to go in and collect leads, collect subscribers, and get them through some nurturing sequence where they eventually purchase something from you, you'll be able to set that as your resolution. Because by the end of this training session, obviously it's up to you to attend the training session, pay attention, and take action on the things that you learn here. So if you're able and willing to do that, then when it's all said and done, by the end of our training sessions, then you should have every tool that you need to actually do any type of real bot that you would want to do, or even be capable of building in ManyChat. The only thing that you wouldn't be able to do, that I really can't train you to do, I could try to inspire you, but the only thing I can't really train you to do is have some self-motivation to learn and actually implement the things that you learn. I don't think I'll finish in 30 seconds.
Hey, John, I got to ask, what time is it where you're at?
Man, if you guys been watching the training session, you've seen that at the beginning of the training session, it was daylight. It's 6:30. It's 6:30 in the morning.
We sure do appreciate you staying up through the night, man. That's awesome. You are inspiring.
So now that timer's actually hit 0, and just so you know, can you guys hear me fine? You guys can all hear me fine, no problem there?
Yep.
So just so you know, this is me. This is me doing something for free without technically getting paid for doing this, with not having slept in 48 hours. So this speed that I'm at here, like I said, this speed is me working for free without an actual financial incentive, without having any sleep for the last I literally haven't been to sleep in 2 days because I got a company to run, and plus I've been doing all this stuff for free for you guys, trying to help you guys out. So just imagine how my typical speed normally is. So just to jump right in here, I want to give a recap a little later on of everything that we've done. So maybe if you guys could really help me out and just post in the comments if you've kind of went to some of these other training sessions and you've been on some of these other training sessions, some of the things that you've learned and have been valuable to you that you've learned from any of these other training sessions. So I can go in and touch on that. I'm going to go in and actually build that link for you guys right now, so that you can actually see a little practical information. So to build that link out is pretty simple. I just need to go back to my growth tools because I'm using the same growth tool for everything. And I need to come here. And I just want to actually change this guy because I don't want it to be contains math or calculate. I want it to be actually attended this session right here. And then I want to come in and edit this guy. And I like to do everything from the flow builder. So I'm going to edit this guy and just literally update this tag is all I'm going to do right here. All I'm going to do is update that tag right there.
Should it say session 4 at this point in time, or session 5, I mean?
Yeah, it should say 5. That's why it says 5 because it's the 5th session that we've done, and it's our last session for today. So I'm not going to do any more sessions today. This is all you
But
guys
I think
get
in your text block, it still says session 2, which we understand that it's session 5, but I just thought that's something to update. And as we do something like this in the future, we need to make sure we update the text box to be relevant to the session coming up.
Oh yeah, you definitely do that, and something I would definitely recommend that you guys do is something that's a best practice for us whenever we're building software for people is going and test what you're doing out. So, you know, I know you spent some time building this and maybe you didn't. Maybe all you did was spend a couple seconds going in and updating the tag or something. But you spent a little bit of time at least going and actually test it out and see that it's actually working properly before you go in and decide to definitely, if you're going to decide to run paid traffic to it, if you're going to run paid traffic to it, then definitely test it out first before you go in and actually run any paid traffic to it whatsoever. So I'm going to give you this guy, and actually I can't even give you this guy yet because I need to go in here and edit this guy again and actually come over here and create a post. And I would really appreciate it if you guys could go in and actually comment on this post if you guys have learned something or what you really feel about these training sessions so that I can make them better for you so that whenever I see you again next Saturday, then they will be better sessions for you and you'll get even more value from them. So I'm going to go in and actually publish that post. And then since I want to get that post for you and make it really, really, really easy for you guys to actually find that post, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and just refresh this page because Facebook's not showing it to me yet. So I'm going to come in here and the first thing I'm going to do is hit embed. And then I'm going to go to my advanced settings. And then they're just going to give me the URL of that post right there. So I can easily grab the URL of that post right there. And then I'll pin that to the top of the page. And then I'll just come in here and I'll edit this guy, leave a comment with the proper post for you. And now that guy's saved. And if you guys could just be so kind and click this thing. And then by the end of the training session, at the end of the training session or sometime afterwards, if you want to leave just your honest feedback of how you felt about the training session, that would be great. So I'll try not to go at an obnoxious speed, but I remember that we left off, and the last thing that we actually talked about was this customer chat. And we made it all the way through this customer chat right here. So we got two other cool things here. One of these cool things is a Facebook Messenger code. This is a really, really cool tool. Really like this tool. So this tool is really, really straightforward. You're going to go in and you're going to deliver your payload here, whatever that is, whatever flow, whatever sequence you want to deliver. You're going to deliver that there, and then you're done with that step. Step 2, you can go in and change the size of this if you want to. You can go in and change the pixel size of this. Apparently anywhere between 100 pixels and 200 pixels. And then now you can actually download this guy. If you guys have business cards, you can print this thing. Most of the time on your business cards, like the back of your business card is just completely empty. So it's being, useless space. So like if you use Vistaprint or something, they charge you like an extra $2 per 500 business cards to use the other side of your business card. So you could do something like put this on there instead of having a picture of your face. You could have this on there because you can put your face right in here if you want to by just updating your profile image. That's where it comes from. If you just updated your profile image, and then now literally what somebody can do is, what somebody could actually do, and I should have prepared this just a minute ago, but I'm going to see if I can join this meeting with us here. And if I can join this meeting, and maybe you guys can just tell me if you can see.
If you just joined, it said.
Can you guys see my screen here, my phone screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so cool. So you can come in here to Messenger. All right. Now, if you come in here to Messenger, you see these little people guys here. I just mashed on that little people guy. It's where that one's at. See that? You see this scan messenger code right here? I can scan this messenger code. And then I just scan that messenger code, and look, it's just taking me right to my flow. Now, looks like I've not given anybody any good flow there. So, for example, you guys want to do some math? Let's do some math. So, I like math. I've got a degree in math. So let's do some math. So let's just select this flow right here. And now let's go in and get this guy. And we'll just go back to Messenger. And then we'll scan a messenger code. Looks like Zoom is really going crazy on my phone and making it not very responsive. So let's scan that messenger code and then do some math. There's some math. All right, so I'm pretty sure you got the point, what happens there, right? No need for me to go in and actually do math. So that's how that works. You can see that thing's actually pretty cool, because now what you can do is if you're selling physical products, and in those physical products you have a packing slip, bam, pipe that thing in there and put a big call to action that says, discount on next offer, or discount on next thing, or get some type of promotion, or get some type of notification, or get an extended warranty, or whatever you can offer somebody to get them now to be a subscriber in Messenger, so that you could go back in, so that you can actually go back in and contact them. I mean, you can go back in and broadcast them. So you can do all sorts of stuff. I don't need to go in and tell you every single thing that you can do with this. Hopefully you understand exactly what that is and how you can use that. So that's literally how you do that. You use that, put that on any promotional material whatsoever that you want, physical print items, and then people can go in and they can scan that and be subscribers in your bot, get your message. Now, this last guy that we went to is this Facebook ads JSON. This is something I see people really, really struggle with a lot. So this is really, really straightforward. So let's say, for example, I want to come in here. I want to go to this flow builder, and this is a really stupid message. So I don't want to use this message here. I would much rather replace this with, let's say, join the training. I thought I wanted to put it with join the training, because I thought I actually had a join the training thing. There. I do have a join the training thing. So that's what I want to do. I want to put this with join the training. And then now what a user is actually going to get is they are going to get this object as a payload here. All right. So if I go in and look at this guy, see this flow, I can see that he's got some stuff happening here. All right. So no big deal there. We won't even worry about that there. What we'll worry about is what actually happens with this thing. So there's a message that you're actually going to deliver. So let's go in and try to set this up. It says you cannot use variables like fname, gender, etc. in JSON GT opt-in due to platform limitations. What does that mean? Well, that just means that basically what the flow and the process for this Facebook JSON's ad is, somebody is going to go in, you're going to basically go in and we're going to create, we're going to go into Facebook ad manager. I think even Matt showed us this. We're going to create some ad with a messenger objective. I'm pretty sure Matt said that if we wanted to use this, we should target cold traffic. We should target people who have already interacted with us in some point. All right. So we're going to skip all this demographic stuff because, you know, we already know all that stuff. We're going to skip all this other stuff that actually allows us to make our ad copy and create the content of our ad. We're going to skip all that, and we're going to go right to where we put this information in. We're going to go right here to where that arrow points. We're going to go right to that arrow to where it says Jason, and then we're just going to click that guy. We're going to get rid of all that garbage because we don't want that garbage. We're going to come back over here. We see this big error. All right, so here's the deal. What happens is somebody's going to see this Facebook ad, all right, whatever ad that we've created. Somebody's going to see this ad, right? We've got this awesome ad. They're going to see it. Now they're going to click on this CTA. When they click on this CTA, we're going to present them with this message right here. Whatever this message is, we're going to present them with this message. Now, if they interact with that message, meaning they click one of our call to actions, there has to be a button or there has to be a quick reply. One of those two things is mandatory, at least one. So if they interact with one of those things, boom, they're a subscriber. Until a user is a subscriber, we can't reference their name or their age or their locale, or we can't reference any information about them because Facebook won't give it to us until they've actually subscribed. So this user is going to be delivered this message when he interacts with our ad. As soon as he's delivered that message, if he then further interacts with that message by clicking on one of these buttons, even if they click no, I don't, any one of these buttons, now they're going to be a subscriber. Now we could actually access that data. So what I would want to actually do is come in here and let's say edit this guy, and then I could just go in simply and remove this first name tag right there. And I'll just do that. And then I'll publish that. And then I'll just jump right back here. And then now I can see that Facebook has given me, or ManyChat's given me this JSON. So I'll copy this to my clipboard. I'll come right over here. I'll go to set up messages. I'll come to this JSON right here. I'll select all that JSON. I'll copy and paste my JSON in from ManyChat. And then yes, I want to click that button right there. All right. So I want to click that button right there. Let's grab that demo bot and let's just delete this conversation here because I don't want that conversation. And then where is that ad manager at? There's that ad manager. So let's preview that in Messenger. There's our ad. All right. So literally this is what would have happened. User would have came in, they would have interacted with this ad. Who cares how we made that ad? Let's let the ad people talk about that. Once they see that ad and they interact with that ad, boom, as soon as they interact with it, they're going to get this payload right here, which was our message. And now if they interact with any of these guys, now they actually become a subscriber. Okay, now he's actually clicked this, now he's become a subscriber. Now you can continue on in your flow. All right, so that's the end of the story for that. So not really complex. I mean, that's actually pretty straightforward and simple if you understand what's going on so far. So you understand that. Now with this, what you can do with this, and we can talk about it really, really quick while we're here. What you can do with this is you can now go in and create what I like to call a triple threat. What you can do is you can actually go in and you created this ad that has a messenger objective in here. You can come right in here and you can come to your growth tools, and then you can take this guy right here, this reference URL, and you can copy that guy, and then you can come right back to your ad and you can drop in here that link right there, and then you can go in and have some content here, whatever that content is. And then once you actually save this guy, and once you actually get this guy saved, all right, and he's saved, and once sometimes you can do it automatically. Sometimes you actually have to wait until he's approved. Here is a very similar thing with a messenger as an objective that has a JSON ad on it, where I'm looking for people who are trying to actually do outsourcing. So they're trying to actually outsource a software developer. That's where I come in. They can hire somebody at my company. So here's an ad set up for that. So now I can come right in here. And on this ad, I can't do it there because that's not the ad. So I need to come over here. Now I can grab that. Now I can grab that thing. and I can come right here to the preview. I can click that little button right there. I can grab this Facebook post with comments right here. Now I got a Facebook post with comments. Now I can come right back in here to mini chat. Remember, I've got a JSON growth tool already set up for my Messenger objective ad. So I set up the JSON growth tool. I made some ref URL growth tool. So I made some Messenger ref growth tool in case somebody wants to click on some random link that doesn't really pertain to my ad just because they're a little link clicker. I can get them as well. And then I can come in here to my growth tool and I can create a new growth tool. I can create a new Facebook comments growth tool. And then I can select a post. I can put in that post, otherwise known as a dark post. So if people say, hey, how do you do this with a Facebook dark post? That thing I just showed you is a Facebook dark post because it's only shown to people who are in your target audience, or people who are in your target audience. If they interact with your ad, then it shows up in their news feed for their activity so their friends and family can see it. Or if they share it, then those people can see it. Other than that, no one's ever see it. So I can put that in there. I can select this. Obviously, this won't work because this is coming from the John Vaughn page, so I would need to actually switch over here to the John Vaughn bot, but I'm not going to do that because you get the point. So now I could go in and hook up this comment growth tool on my ad. So now I've got an ad with Messenger as objective that was created from the JSON growth tool. So now if anybody clicks on that, they'll be put in there. They can route in as a subscriber. I also have that Messenger ref URL that if somebody clicks on that URL, then they can be put in as a subscriber. And I also have this comment growth tool. So if somebody goes in and just makes a comment and they don't click on the CTAs and they just make a comment, then that person also can become a subscriber. So that basically makes you understand, hopefully, every single one of these growth tools, because we literally have went in and we have talked about every single one of them. So hopefully you guys understand those. If you don't understand those, then you can go in and put all your questions down inside the box. And then if we don't get to them today, I will go in and go through the transcriptions of these guys and make sure that I answer each and every question, and most likely add those as contents into the bot. So you can just ask the bot that question and then he'll give you my response for it, because that's what a bot's really for. A bot is really for us automating processes, right? That is the main function of the bot. Now, automating processes. Now, whether that is lead generation, whether that is lead segmentation, lead qualification, lead scoring, scheduling appointments, scheduling phone calls, delivering coupons, whatever crap that we don't want to do because it's just pointless copy and paste repetitive stuff, we'll let the bot do that for us because that will save us a lot of time. And we know if we save some time, if we're good at what we do, we can take that saved time, we can turn it into money. So that's every single growth tool that's there. Broadcasting, so we can go over broadcasting. Broadcasting is what I do for you guys whenever I run out these schedules. So broadcasting is pretty straightforward. I can go in and create a new broadcast, or I can go in and take one of my drafts, or I can go in and take a broadcast that I've already processed. And then if I take one that I've already processed here, then I can just copy and edit it. Now I've got a new broadcast, so I can go in here to the flow builder, and I can build out my flow. That's my first step of the broadcast, build out my flow. This guy is already built out completely. So I'm just going to go to next because that flow is built out. Now here, basically I have three different options in this message type. So I've got a subscription broadcast, a promotional broadcast, and a follow-up broadcast. A subscription broadcast I can send out whenever I want. So that subscription broadcast just goes out whenever I want. All right. So I can send it out as long as I don't have promotional content in that subscription broadcast. As long as I'm not asking you to give me some money or to be interested in this promotion. So I think everybody can really, truly, if you put your brain to it, understand if your content is promotional content. If it's not, if you can't understand that, then probably what you want to do is just not use that content whatsoever. So if you can't understand whether your content is actually promotional or not, then maybe you don't want to use that content and you just want to go in and use a little different piece of content that you know for a fact is not promotional. How are you today? You're great. If you engage with that, here comes promotion, or here comes the piece of content that I didn't actually know whether it was promotional or not. All right. So that subscription broadcast, like I said, you can send out at any time that you want, but it just can't contain ads or promotional materials. All right. Now with a promotional broadcast, is limited to the time that you can send it. You can only send it to users that have been active in your bot and have actively interacted with you within the last 24 hours. All right. But it can contain any types of promotional materials. If you want, you can directly send out a link to somebody that says, hey, buy this right now. It's on sale. All right. If they've interacted with your bot within the last 24 hours, then you can just literally send them out an advertisement or a promotion. No problem there. The subscription broadcast, on the other hand, you can send that out at any time, regardless of whether they haven't interacted with your bot in a year, as long as you don't have any types of promotional content or advertisements inside there. Okay. So this follow-up broadcast, I'm not really 100% sure what this is all about. It says at the end of a 24-hour window, you have the ability to send one follow-up messages to these recipients. After that, you won't be able to send them ads or promotional messages until they interact with you again. So it seems like that this follow-up broadcast is kind of like an exception to this rule. If they haven't been active within 24 hours, you can send them a follow-up message that doesn't necessarily contain an advertisement or contain a promotion, but it does contain a reference to said advertisement or promotion. Like, remember that offer I sent you? What did you think about that? All right. That would be a follow-up guide. So you can accomplish this exact same thing if you just do the subscription broadcast and ask them a non-promotional thing. So if you ask them that non-promotional thing, then you can go in and get them to engage with your bot. Then you can send them out the promotion. So that kind of goes over these three different categories of your message type. Targeting is pretty straightforward. So we went over targeting before when we talked about the audience. So targeting is pretty straightforward. You can target by a tag, and you can say, hey, if this guy is tagged as an action taker, because I really like action takers. So if this guy is tagged as an action taker, then let's only send this broadcast out to them. Or better yet, let's send it out to the non-action takers, because the action takers have already given us some money. So let's target the non-action takers. All right, whatever you want to do. So you can just go in and segment, target who you want. So that's pretty straightforward. You go in through any of your conditions, target by tags, opt-in widgets, subscriptions that they're subscribed to, whether they're male or female, what language they speak, what time zone they're in. This full name, first name, and last name, I'm pretty sure if you try to use that, most of the time for me, whenever I do a broadcast, most of the time, whenever I try to target those guys, then it actually just throws an error on ManyChat. So, but then you can target by any of this data. So hopefully that makes sense to you, the targeting and what you can do on your targeting. You can go and actually look inside custom fields. Like, for example, I can go in and see that you can, if you have a greater than $5,000 bot budget, I can target you because I can just conditionally check the bot budget that I'm storing for you. All right. So then this is pretty straightforward. Do you want to send this right now, or do you want to schedule this for later? So that's pretty straightforward. You want to send it now? You want to schedule it later? If you want to schedule it later, then you just need to pick a date and time, and then that's great. So then you have this time zone settings, send all at the same time, time travel, limit sending time. So I'm just going to tell you right now that these things don't matter if you start sending right now. If you start sending right now, those things don't matter. If you, at least they didn't last time I actually used that functionality, and maybe ManyChat has changed those. But the overall concept is you can just send everybody at the same time. So all messages will be sent at the same time and delivered as soon as possible. Time travel, this means basically messages will be delivered at the same daytime according to the user's time zone. So that means that if I send this message out at 9 a.m., everybody should receive it at 9 a.m. their local time. And then there's a little more info button there that could give us more info about that. And it just says exactly that. This message scheduled on 9 a.m. BDT will be delivered to your London located subscribers at 9 a.m. 5 hours later, the message will be delivered to your New York subscribers at 9 a.m. EDT. 3 more hours later, your Los Angeles subscribers again at 9 a.m. Please note it can take up to 23 hours for their message to be delivered to all users in your case. That just is because of the different time zones in the world. So if you want to deliver a message at a specific numeric time, irregardless of a time zone, then you would want to use that. And we're not even going to dive into time because there is no real concept of time. So we're just going to move away from time and not go crazy thinking about time. So if we want to limit time and day sending, this we could do if we have a huge, if we have a huge list, right? If we have a huge list, let's say we have some 50, 70,000 subscribers. Well, if I want to send out a broadcast to 70,000, 100,000 subscribers, if I send it out right now and I say, hey, look, take action within the next 15 minutes, I'll give you a discount. Well, technically, there's going to be a lot of subscribers on my list that even within 15 minutes, they have not even got my message yet. All right. So if I do that, then it's not going to work very well for those guys. So the larger your list, the longer it's going to take to deliver your content to all of those people because of this throttle rate that Facebook gives us. All right. So this basically allows us to go in and say, hey, only send between this time frame right here. Now, if we do that, what could happen is this broadcast could be a multi-day broadcast, because I could say, hey, I only want you to be sent out between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Only during this time window can messages be sent out. All right. So now if I do this and I got 100,000 users, then let's say I could accomplish 30,000 of them in these 2 hours. Well, the next 70,000, they're not going to start getting messages until this time zone, until this time window reaches again the following day. And then if I can only send out 30,000 within those 2 hours, because that's my throttle limit, then it's going to take me obviously 3.5 days to be able to actually deliver this broadcast out to people. So that's kind of what your time zone settings are. And then you've got your notification settings. Do you want to do a regular push notification? This is a regular notification you guys always get on Facebook. Do you want to do only one regular notification? So this broadcast will trigger one notification, the first message in the broadcast, and the rest will be sent in silent mode. So what that means is if you have a piece of content and you're going to deliver 5 different messages, then you're not going to send out 5 notifications. You're going to send out one notification, hey, here's a new message, and the rest of those messages will just silently pop in there without no notification. So this is the same thing, only 2 regular notifications. So instead of sending 1 notification, you're going to send 2 notifications. All right. And it says this is great for times when you have 3+ messages in your broadcast, but don't want to send too many notifications. i.e., I've got 10, 15 messages in my broadcast. Well, if I notify you 15 times, one for every single message, then what's your phone going to be doing? And that may get annoying to you. So you may want to think about that. And then do you want a silent push, which means that you're not going to actually it says push notification will display a phone notification without sound. All right. So you're going to get a notification. There's going to be no sound. And how about silent? This is not going to display any notification whatsoever. That's actually a lie. It will display a notification right up here. So you'll get a little message notification. If you're on Facebook, you'll see a 1 pop up here or whatever. But you won't get a physical notification on your device saying, oh, do this thing. All right. So that pretty much talks all about broadcasting. Now you have auto posting. Auto posting is actually really, really, really cool, especially if you guys want to deliver content only bots. So if you want to make a bot and all it does is deliver content to people, and let's say you want to charge a fee for it, or literally all you want to do is deliver content to people. Why? Because you want to have a huge amount of subscribers. Why? Because you want to do like a couple of the people do here, and you just take those subscribers and you go and you get some people that come and say, oh shit, you got 100,000 people that listen to you and absorb your content. Well, how about I give you either X amount of money to push them out a link to my webpage, or how about I give you 30% per sale on this item that cost X amount of money. So I'm going to give you a mechanism to now send out promotions to your subscribers. And if they now come to me and they buy something, I'm going to pay you for sending me that user. And that's called affiliate marketing. One of our guest speakers will come in and talk about that. That's called advertising. So if you want to create that content only bot, then what you can easily do is you can use this auto posting. So auto posting, let's say, for example, I got a YouTube page, and I'm pretty sure that I do have a YouTube page, and it's not this one, but let's say I just go in and search YouTube, right? And I go in and search YouTube, and on YouTube, I can find out that I like to listen to binaural beats. So let's say maybe you like to listen to binaural beats as well. All right. So you like to listen to binaural beats. So I can find this guy's channel right here. And then I'll just grab that guy's channel. He's got some really cool binaural beats going on. And then I'll just pop his little channel right in there. Now I got a YouTube channel. Now I can come in and say, hey, I want to filter these guys here by people who like binaural beats or useless tag. How about that? All these useless tag people that are just uselessly tagged. I'm just, every time this guy uploads a new Facebook video about binaural beats, I'm just going to send them that video as a message because they're useless to me. So I'm going to send them a useless YouTube video every time. All right. And I could go in and I continuously do this. All right. I could go in and let's say, what could I do with this? I could go in and segment my users and find out what they're really, really interested in. And then I can just go to YouTube. I can source open source content of the similar type of topics. And I can ask this, hey, would you like to get really interesting videos about this, and this topic? And they're like, yeah, I'd like this topic, that topic. So now I can go into this auto posting and I can literally open source my content. And even though it's not my content, it's somebody else's content, guess what? It still has a huge value because do you really want to spend your entire day going and searching videos on YouTube or searching somebody's Twitter account or searching somebody's Facebook account or searching some RSS feed about these topics? Well, D, I don't know if you're saying that you do want to actually spend your entire day doing that or something else, but I guarantee you nobody wants to spend their day doing that. So if you actually go in and you can just you can save somebody time, right, and deliver them content that they're actually interested in, then you provide a huge value and they're going to stay subscribers in your bot. So you can do something really, really simple. Let's say it's election time, right? You can go in and just find all the people that are actually dumping out content about elections. And then you can ask people, are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? And then you can come in here and set up some auto posting where when Fox News sends out some information, you send it to the Republicans. When whoever is the Democrat guys, I don't know who those guys are because I'm not political, but whoever that guy is, whenever he sends out some content, you tag it where only those Democrats to get it. And now literally your bot is delivering them content that's not even yours. It could be yours because you can go in, as you can see, you can turn on auto posting for your own Facebook channel. This isn't my Facebook channel, by the way. This is Kylo Ren. So if you like Kylo Ren and you're interested in Star Wars and you like Kylo Ren, then anytime Kylo Ren, like literally the actor for Kylo Ren, anytime he goes in and uploads a new picture of himself, well, if you're tagged Kylo Ren, because I got a tag here, tag is Kylo Ren. If you're tagged that, you're going to automatically get whatever he puts to his Facebook page. You don't have to go search it out. You don't have to worry about missing it. So like I said, you got your own YouTube channel. You want to allow people to subscribe so that whenever you upload a new video, they automatically receive a notification about it. You could just go into auto posting. You could turn your YouTube channel on just like that. And then you could either send it out to everybody or you can apply a filter only to those people that said that they were actually interested in it. So very, very straightforward. So you understand what auto posting is, and you kind of have the exact same thing here. Do you want to have this as active, disabled, or a draft? You can give it its own title. What type of push notification? We went right over those push notifications in our broadcast, so we won't go over those again. Time zone settings, we went over this all at the same time, or limit the time zone sending. We also went over that. And that's pretty much everything there. So we kind of went over broadcast and auto posting. We'll hit on automation in just a second. Content's just where you find every single message flow that you've ever created. All You won't find the only thing that you won't find here are your physical growth tools. Okay. You will not find a physical growth tool here. You will not find your actual menu here, but every single piece of content, when you go in and create a growth tool, ManyChat creates a generic piece of content for that growth tool automatically. And you guys have watched me go in and replace that generic guy with a pre-built piece of content that I built. So all that content, any piece of content, any message flow in your bot, you'll find it right here. And you can go in and add some folders, and you can go in and segregate this and, you know, do some organization. You can come in here. You can rename a piece of content at any time. You can duplicate a piece of content at any time. You can copy one piece of content from one page to another page. Granted, you have permissions, and you are have at least admin permissions through ManyChat, or admin's permissions on the page itself, and then you've went in and added it through ManyChat. As long as you can actually work on a bot on that page, then you can move content from one page to another page. So all you guys, I can't just move content from my bot to your bot unless either I'm an admin of your Facebook page, and then I go in here and add a new page with your Facebook page, or unless I come in here to the settings, which is where we're going to get at in just a second, and I come to this admins and I click this link, invite new, and I send this link out to you guys. Or more importantly, you guys follow that process. You guys send me that link. Now I can be an admin of your page. So for example, this page right here, this Italian restaurant demo, this is an awesome bot that we've built together in our pre-training sessions. So this is a bot that we've kind of built together in our pre-training sessions. This isn't my bot, though. This isn't my Facebook page. This belongs to Amir, who's actually in our training session. So it's his page, and he's wanted to go in and build out a restaurant bot in our pre-training sessions, and we've literally went in and built all the content because he went through that process. He clicked that add admin, and he gave me that link, and now I can actually work on his bot. So because of that, I can come in here, and I can go to any piece of content, and I can copy it from one page into his actual page or into any other page. All right. And actually, totally lied there. I can't transfer it from my page to his page because his page doesn't actually show up here. Oh, just kidding. His page does show up there, but I'm just have his page selected. So since I have his page selected, it doesn't show up. So I should be able to actually copy it to his page now, and I can. All right. So I can copy my content, my flows from one page to another page, and do a very limited amount of rebuild. Now we're going to go in on another day and talk about the best way to copy things from one page to another page, but that's all your content is. You can go in and create, just like I do, new generic pieces of content so that you can easily reference those guys, and you actually start to build out what we would call in software something that is modular and something that is robust and generic, which means that it's reusable for many, many cases, which is really good because it saves you a lot of time. So we're going to get back to this automation. So this help is pretty straightforward. I don't think you get any help at all. So you just go to the ManyChat. You just go to their community. Hopefully they don't ban you like they did me. Or you can submit a ticket or refresh permissions. So video tutorials, they have a bunch of video tutorials. If you guys want to know how to do stuff, a good suggestion is to watch their video tutorials because they show you how to do a lot of stuff there. So in your settings are pretty straightforward. We went over this already, your greeting text. This card URL shortener. So this allows you to change the short links in your actual URLs. So in your URLs, they actually show up as short links, and everybody's redirected to a short link. And they banned me because I'm doing free training, and all their moderators are charging between $500 to $2,000 for training sessions, and I'm doing free training is what I can understand. So they told me they banned me because I was self-promoting myself, and I was really rude to their members. But I'm not rude, and I actually literally never did any self-promotion in that group. Most of you guys have seen me in that group and saw what I did, but I don't know. I don't care. It's whatever to me. So this URL shortener it's very necessary for you to use the ManyChat URL shortener if you want to get those CTRs. So if you want to get the click-through rate calculations on people clicking your links, then you need to just not mess with this whatsoever. All right, so it says right there, if you disable this, we won't be able to provide the click-through rate data. All right, you can clone this entire bot from one page to another page if you want to do that. So you can choose another page. So we can go in, like, let's say, for example, if we want to clone this entire Italian restaurant demo bot to a pizza demo bot or to a burger demo bot, because we just need to do minimal modification for this generic restaurant bot, we can just clone it from one flow to another. And we'll talk about cloning bots from one page to another in a later session, because it's a little bit, it's obviously much faster than going in and building a bot from scratch, but there's still a bunch of stuff that we need to do, a little checklist that we need to have to make sure that that bot is going to work properly, and to go in and actually curate the content to make it generic to the specific niche that we're targeting. Because we could target a restaurant and that would be successful, but if we do like Amir did and we targeted an Italian restaurant, well, that's even more specific. So it's going to be easier to get an Italian restaurant to convert on a bot if instead of showing him a restaurant bot, we show him an Italian restaurant bot, because he is an Italian restaurant. And he's like, shit, I'm an Italian restaurant. So Italian restaurants have bots. I'm an Italian restaurant. Let me look at the bot. So we can clone it. Pretty straightforward there. Refresh permissions. So if you go in and if you need to go in and actually get new permissions from Facebook. Now, these guys are telling you that Messenger platform can unexpectedly drop page permissions and add more admin password changes due to their internal reasons. So I don't know if that's really true or not, but basically sometimes you actually have issues because your app is no longer authenticated with Facebook. So you just need to hit that button to refresh permissions to go back out and get permissions for ManyChat to be able to act as an app on your page's behalf and send out messages on your page's behalf. So this is a really cool button that you should never press whatsoever. This button disables your bot. So if you don't want a bot anymore, mass on this button, go ahead and don't come back to training anymore if you don't want a bot. So if you do want a bot, you just stay away from that button right there, because that will disable your bot. Live chat, we've talked about live chat before. So in this live chat, you can have any message starts a conversation. If you do that, then basically wherever that bot guy's at, somewhere I got some bot guy. I don't know where that bot guy's at. Not that guy right there. But if you don't disable that, then basically your live chat is going to look no different than your inbox on your page. All right. So here it's going to be hard for you to actually understand. Here it's going to be hard for you to actually understand that who you need to reply to, who you don't need to reply to, especially as your subscriber list goes in, because as it gets bigger, people are going to be interacting with your bot. Your bot's going to be serving up content. This is going to go crazy. You don't know who to actually interact with. All right. So on this right here, if you have this, any message starts a conversation, then this live chat right here is going to look just like that chat that I showed you, which is not going to be really functional. So what you really want to do here as a best practice is conversations should be opened explicitly. So conversations are only going to be opened when you say open a conversation, so that now you can go to live chat, and what you see here are people that require your attention so that you can easily funnel through them. And then once you funnel through them, you can go in and close this. Like, for example, I can close this because I know that Dolly, she wants me to, she would be, the most valuable thing for her would be working with ManyChat and Zapier. And we're going to do that next week. So I'm going to send that to her. And now I can close her out, and I can go in, and you can think of this kind of like a ticket request, right? Whenever my bot can't handle with somebody, essentially my bot's opening up a ticket to have me go in and interact with them and solve whatever their issue is. Once I solve it, I can go in and close these guys. So I need to actually go in and do something there. I need to do something there. This guy wants to do that. And I already know that even if I don't read this, it's no big deal, because this data is stored in right here. in his perceived value. So in his perceived value, I've got this guy right here. So I can go back and look at that perceived value later, or I can just go look at a spreadsheet where that I can make a dark post. I can make, well, not a dark post, but I can make this little magic thing where I can just go in and grab all this information and quickly dump it out into some place where I can easily look at it, shift through it, and make some training material. So I can go ahead and close that guy after I tell him this. Now I can close him. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm dwindling down my tickets. You see all my tickets that I have? I got a bunch of tickets I need to go in and fill out. So I can go in and close this, guys, so that eventually this is closed, and I know no one's waiting for me. Everybody's just interacting with my bot, and as somebody needs my human input, I can find them right there. So that's pretty much what this is. This is notifications. How do you want to get actual notifications? So I don't think you really care about that, but do you want subscriber reports, daily, weekly, monthly? I've never actually got a subscriber report. So I've got email and messenger. Never got any type of subscriber support. So I'm not sure what that does. Notify admins action. So this is a pro feature. You have to be pro for this. How do you want to actually receive these? So I get them through Messenger. I've never got one through email. Oh, but at the same time, I know that they use my Facebook email because they have me sign up with Facebook. And my Facebook email, literally, I haven't used since like 2005 or something like that. And I don't even know how to get access to it. So I don't know how to get those messages. So better just send them to Messenger. Custom fields. This just basically allows you to go in and see all your custom fields, create a new custom field, see the fields that you have, go in and archive those fields if you want to, and then see your archives fields that you have, which I don't have any, but you could go in and see one. I could go in and archive it. Now I've got some. Looks like that actually showed up 2 times for some reason. Oh, because it's different things, bedrooms and bathrooms. So I can go in and archive those, or I can unarchive it. That's all I can do. I can either basically have this guy as an active custom field in this list, or I can say, hey, you're going and you're getting archived and you're going down in this archive list. So not a lot I can do there. This basically just shows the admins that I have, who are the admins of my actual page. It's just me. If I want to have a new admin, I can just hit invite new, and I can come in here and I can grab this link right here, and then I can put it into the chat, and then all you guys can click it and have admin access to my actual bot, except for the fact that I didn't give you the right link. So if you click that, it's not going to actually work. But that's what you would do with that. You would just invite somebody to have admin access to your application. This is pretty straightforward. This is your billing information, so I'm not even going to take time to spend any information about that. So what we actually just need to talk about is this. And we have already talked about this main menu. We've already talked about your default reply. We've already talked about your welcome message. If you guys weren't on that session, then you can just watch the replay because we literally talked about all that just the session before Matt's session. So now you got keywords and sequences. So we'll just talk about sequences first. Sequences are pretty straightforward. This is, you guys probably know what autoresponders are. So this is ManyChat's version or Messenger's version of an autoresponder. All right. So at any time, you can add somebody to a sequence through an action. So you can trigger an action that will add somebody to a sequence. Whenever you add somebody to a sequence, you're adding them to a stream of content. So this is a 7-day content sequence. As soon as I add somebody to this sequence, they will immediately get this message. All right. Then if I turn this on, 1 day after receiving the previous message, they will get this message. Then if I turn this on and I can go in and say, hey, immediately after that. So if I do this, that means as soon as I add them to this sequence, they'll get this message. 24 hours after receiving this message, they will get this message. Immediately after receiving this message, they will get this message. Now I turn this on, and then I can say, hey, 1 day, 5 days, 7 days, whatever days after receiving this message right here, they'll get this message. So pretty straightforward there. What messages are they going to get? Whatever message you go in and put. You can go in and grab some message from your content that you've already created beforehand, or you can create a new flow from right there, or you can just create a new message from right here. So that's completely up to you. So sequences, now that's pretty straightforward on the sequences and how they actually work. right? So I've got 10 minutes. And the other thing that we really want to talk about are these keywords. So keywords are pretty straightforward. We kind of touched on them a little bit earlier. So keywords just allow you to go in and say, for example, if you send me a message that contains spreadsheet lookup or lookup from spreadsheet, or even just spreadsheet, if you send me some message that just contains spreadsheet, then my bot will go in, if I even have a bot, and it doesn't look like I have a bot anymore. So I can get a bot. Pretty straightforward, as you can imagine. I'm going to give this keyword right there. So when I give this keyword, it will reference the same flow that is being referenced in this call to action right there. So I can just hit that guy. That will trigger my flow because of an actual keyword. So now, in case you're wondering what happened right there, well, I can tell you what happened right there is sometimes what happens is whenever you ask a user for input, if the user never gives you that input, he is still always listening to input. All right. So now, right now, I've given some input, but the bot is listening for numeric input and it's validating against numeric input. So my user doesn't even know what is going on right now. And if they put in, you know, what the F is this, then they're going to keep getting this message. They're going to be stuck in this feedback loop asking for that input because the last thing that they did was interact. I know the last thing that I actually did here was do math, and I asked them for a number. And until they give me that number, I can't continue the process. So now I know it's gonna ask me for another number, see, because he's stuck in that loop. So I'll finish that out and I'll do some math. I'm pretty sure 1 + 2 is 3. So now I can actually give that keyword. And now he triggers that content. So pretty straightforward, very simple to understand what keywords are, right? So with these keywords, you can go in and add an action right to the keyword. If somebody fires the keyword at the same time, this action is going to be delivered, and then you'll deliver this. Then you'll deliver this piece of content, this flow, this message, and this one particular would be a 15% off coupon. You can delete this guy. If you want to delete this guy, you can go in and edit this at any time that you want. And you can go in and add new keywords really easy just by putting in a new keyword rule. And then those are just going to be begins with, contains, or is. So that talks about keywords. And with that, you could literally say if you attended the other training session and going over this, if I went too fast for you, I'm sorry about that. Just watch the replay and then you'll be able to grab all that content. But as long as you understand those things, you could say that you're not actually a noob anymore in ManyChat because now you know what each and everything inside ManyChat will allow you to do. Now, every single functionality inside ManyChat we've talked about and we've actually explained that. So you can say that you're not a noob. So in our next training sessions on next Saturday, we're going to go in and we're going to now actually start to do some functional stuff and start doing functions and start building flows now that we know everything that's actually going on. What's up?
I have a question for a long time. So you are going with very high speed is a great value content. However, speed is so fast, many people are lost in the speed, including myself, even though I have made over $2 million sale on bot already. Okay. I have customers all over the world, high ticket item, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000, but I'm selling it through bot. However, I'm lost from with your speed, maybe, I was 100% attention, not complaining, I'm just sharing because I was reading everything else. I raised my hand for 5 minutes. Here's the question. On auto posting, when you say auto posting on YouTube and Facebook thing, there's a bug, or maybe I don't understand it. It posts the article, like a title and the description something, but it does not post a link to the post. So without a link, it's a piece of junk altogether because it cannot take you back to that. If it's a video to watch, hey, check this out video, whatever the title of the video and the video link, YouTube doesn't post. Facebook, it doesn't post. Twitter, it doesn't post any link.
Seriously?
Did you test it? That's the question.
There's my link.
I have tried this many times. I send them their customer service, whatever, is a zero almost, many chat.
This is coming, these videos right here. Yeah, literally I have this set up to go to myself because these videos are videos that are paid content. And if I put unlisted videos or private videos, these don't show up. They only show up on public videos. So this,
no, I'm talking about public altogether. On my own Facebook page posting, I wanted to send them because we go on Facebook Live 26 hours every week. And we have reached few millions of them on our Facebook, you know. So we know how to engage. Our engagement rate is 21% on our page. So I'm here on this one to really improve my knowledge, you know. So this posting doesn't work out. It's not your fault. I'm just sharing my concern.
Right. And trust me, guys, we're not going to go balls to the wall, high speed, everything that we do, because I want it to sink in and I want you guys to understand it. But on this noob stuff, on this real easy to understand stuff that even you don't need my time to understand, even you can go in and just read the thing and read the information that's there. And then boom, you understand it. Just read the content there and you'll understand that. And that's what these two real fast training sessions have been, is just to go through every single thing in here and reiterate exactly what it does. So it's been touched on and you know what it is. That's why I've flown through that, because literally we don't need to spend a lot of time on that and I don't need to slow down on that. Now, once we actually start building stuff and we actually start making flows and building interactions, those things we're going to slow way down on, because I want you guys to actually be able to do those along with me, understand them, ask questions, really take in and absorb how to do that, and learn not only how to do that, but learn the process of beginning to think like an engineer and beginning to pre-plan and understand what things could be required if I want to accomplish that. So those things will slow way down on. But this stuff that we went over right now is literally just all the new.
I respect that. Where I can see the previous sessions, the replay videos, where you are giving it to us, because as a paid customer.
So as action takers, anybody that's tagged with action taker, then as soon as I post the replays, as soon as I get them all uploaded, then I'm going to send you guys out a broadcast with links to all of them and how to actually access them. But you'll be able to access them as a keyword replay, training replay, live training replay, which will be a different keyword than pre-training. Right now, you can see that there's already a keyword. There is already a keyword in here that is pre-training replay, pre-training replay, pre-training video, pre-training video, pre-training videos. So I tried to capture every possible combination that you would put in. And if you look at that piece of content, then you will see that that piece of content is a members only content, meaning that you have to have a subscription. And if you go in and actually look right here, you can see all the content. It's like 40 hours worth of content that you can get. It's like 40 hours literally of my time of all the pre-training sessions. So every one of these guys on this row right here is a 1 to 3 hour video. So here's 5 hours on the first day, at least 5 sessions, 2 sessions, 5 sessions, 3 sessions, 2 sessions, 5 sessions, 3 sessions, 2 sessions, 4 sessions. Every one of those pieces of content is at least, like I said, it's an hour between 3 hours. Every one of those pieces of content, you just type in the bot pre-training replay, pre-training video, you'll get that flow, you'll get that content. The same thing with the replays. You'll be able to type in live training replays, live replays, or just replays, and you'll go in and get all that content as well. But like I said, I'll broadcast out and I'll let you know as soon as I put the replays in. I'll let you know and you'll be able to access all of those things.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
So we will start doing now more complex things, and we'll get to the level of complexity. What you guys should expect over the week is some of you guys that have taken action, you guys get a one-on-one session with me. You guys can schedule that anytime just by sending me a message. What you should expect over the week, though, is just I'm going to send you guys out. I'm going to try not to bug you, but I'm going to send you guys out a couple flows that will really help our next week's session, that will help me collect some more information about you, what will really be valuable for you, what level of expertise you are, so that I can make our training sessions and let you know, hey, in this training session, we're going to go over these things and show these things, and then have a Q&A time, so that you can make sure that the specific things that you want to learn, you can go in and actually make sure that you're there on that actual training session. So I'm just going to use a couple little flows to be able to get some information from you guys, so I can make sure that I know you guys, a lot of you guys I've literally seen here. Now, I've spent a lot of time, as you can see, the sun's came out, you know, it's the sun was gone. Literally I've been up for the last 13 hours doing this training. And I know a lot of you guys have been too. A lot of you guys I've seen on every single training session. So I know that you guys are giving me a lot of your time, and that must be valuable. You must value your own time. So I want to make sure when you're spending time with me and you're literally investing money in me, just like I am with you, because we're investing time and money with each other, I want to make sure that it's actually very valuable to you guys. So if you want it to be the most valuable, you just fill out those flows that I sent you, so that I can make sure that I'm providing that value and content for you. If you could just click on this link right here, and then make sure you go through that process right there. That will be really, really helpful. I've been asking you guys to do that every single flow and every single training session. And trust me, you guys that go in and actually do that and provide value yourselves, I've got something really special that's planned for you guys. Keep in mind that I run my own company. I've got 30 engineers that do whatever I decide to tell them to do all day. Literally, sometimes I just walk out of my office and literally, this is no joke, I'll Facebook Live it next time I do it. Literally, sometimes I'm in a bad mood. I walk out of my office and I just go to my production floor. I tell my HR, no one's allowed to leave for the next 30 minutes because I want to talk to everybody. We turn on some music and we just dance in the office for 30 minutes because it's really cheers me up a lot. So I literally got a bunch of people that I just command to do whatever I want them to do. And I got a special treat for you guys that actually go through. And every time I ask you guys to do something, you actually just go in and do it. So, and there was a membership for $10 a month for the pre-training sessions, and also for the other content that is inside the application, the how-to content. But I really went over this training session, guys.
Okay, John, I have a 30-second more question. I saw your link. I just paid for it. I had no time to even read the page. I don't know what I signed up for. I know you're a nice guy. I saw one of your 10 minutes earlier on the other day. The way you were explaining, and I got it. I say, you know your stuff. That was good enough for me. I didn't read the page. Is there a quick 30-second what I'm getting, what I paid for? I just make sure for my own understanding, if there's something written, I can read it later, not on landing page. So much. I just need the content part, not the push part to sale. You know?
Yeah, so it depends on what you paid for. I've given you guys several offers, so I gave you guys.
I only got one for like a 47 first one. I don't usually buy OTO things most of the time.
So I gave you guys this. I gave you guys this $47 offer. For that, you got a guaranteed seat in this training session. You get a one-on-one training session with me. You get an ebook that you should have got to a thank you page where you would have got delivered that ebook, which is it's written by one of my clients named Jeff Hersey, who's a marketing guru. That we build a lot of software for. Literally, I built a software for this guy, Jeff Hersey. I built a software for him, and he launches it within 30 days. He's got $60,000 worth of residual income on that new software. So the guys are marketing geniuses. So he wrote this. It's on the art of naturally effective selling. So naturally effective persuasion and how that turns into selling. You get $47 approximately in ad spend. So on the next page, you'll find out that $2 of that you actually don't get. So you technically get $45 because I've got to cover the transaction fee to actually collect the money. So you get Facebook ad spend that we're going to go in either in your one-on-one session or during the training sessions. And we're going to consume that ad spend and drive users to your bot and get subscribers in your bot with that ad spend. And then you get access to all the pre-training replays. Okay. So you get access to all that. Now, if you would have right after that page, if you would have got to this other page right here, This other page is a little bit more expensive here. This page is $100 for this offer. You get all the stuff that you've got on that other page because you've already paid on the other page, and you get access to 3 of our softwares that we've built that have a huge value. One of them is $149 a month that you get access to. The other one's $299 a month that you get access to. The other one's $99 a month that you get access to. So you get full unlimited access to all 3 of those softwares. Joe asked me earlier, I don't know if Joe is here, but Joe asked me earlier, I think Joseph's here, but Joe asked me earlier, not that Joe, another Joe. He asked me earlier, not this Joe, the other Joe, Joseph. He asked me earlier, what's the easiest way to collect phone numbers and connect people via phone call through the bot? Where I have a software that just does that. I have a software. It doesn't just do that. Okay. It does a lot more stuff. But one of the things that you can do with it is you can easily from your bot, you can easily go in and trigger an action from your bot where you can just say, would you like a phone call right now? The user clicks yes. You say, give me your phone number. The user gives you your phone number. Instantly, their phone rings and you're on the phone call with them. It connects you guys. So the software can do that really easily. That's one of the actual.
And is that only US numbers or it can connect worldwide? It doesn't matter what the number is.
So it works particularly well with US numbers, but it will also work with any number that is actually supported by Twilio. So it's only going to work with Twilio numbers.
Twilio, okay, that's a very few number. I have a clients in maybe 50, 60 countries, so it won't work.
So you get access to those 3 softwares. You also get an additional 2-hour. You also get an additional 2-hour session with me. You get to contribute to what's called a free roam policy, which has a huge benefit. So the pre-roam policy has a huge benefit, and we'll talk about that sometime later. If you actually watch this video of me and the CEO of ManyChat himself, who just randomly called me up one day because he wanted to talk to me. I don't know why, but he just called me and he was like, hey, can I talk to you? So you can see that conversation and you can hear me explain to him a little bit about the free roam policy. So that's another offer that you could have got. And like I said, you would have got all those softwares, unlimited lifetime access at that price to all those different softwares. And then there's a couple other offers, but it seems like that you took that first offer, and that's what you get with that first offer are those things right there. So you can either see that right there or on that actual page, you can see that right there because it's right there. So you get a really great friend. That's me. So that's one of the things that you got. I mean, literally, honestly, $47 to meet somebody as smart as me and as capable as me. It's a great offer and a great deal, honestly. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty smart and pretty good at actually what I do. So, so that's what you would have got, but that's not what this is about. It's not about actually making money. It's about, it's about first doing what Matt said or doing what everybody else said. Lead with value, provide a lot of value. If you do that, and you'll see that here on that page right there. If you do that, if you add enough value, you don't have to worry about money. People literally, I can show you recorded sessions of people literally begging me, not begging me on their hands and knees, but literally asking me continuously, John, how can I give you money? How can I pay you? You have some place I can pay you? Where can I give you money at? I want to give you money. Didn't even try to sell to them. Just gave them some value, gave them enough value. At some point, they're like, shit, I want to pay this guy. I want to give this guy some money. So if you do that, then you don't have to worry about sales, all the other stuff. That just comes naturally. But this is about you guys learning how to do bots. So, but I did go over. So while we're here, if you guys have any other questions or concerns you want, I got a little bit more time I can spare, and I can give you guys if there's any questions or concerns that you guys want to go over right now.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Someone else has the question. His name is pursuing something.
So I'll actually go through all these questions and I'll dump them out. They're on a transcript through Zoom. I'm going to dump them out. And like I said, I will go through and make sure that every question will get answered in this session, either not on this session, obviously, because this session's over, but you'll be able to literally sometime by the end of next week, you'll be able, if you just go in and ask this question over the same question, if you just ask my bot will give you my answer and maybe even a recording of the answer for that, because that's what bots are great for. Is if one person asks this question, then Imagine 700 other people have this question, and if it takes me 10 minutes to answer it, that's 7,000 minutes. That's a lot of damn minutes that I'd rather just take a little bit of time, set up the bot, and then pretend like I invested those 7,000 minutes when really the bot did all that work for me. So I will answer all these. I'll make a transcript of them and answer everything for them. Anyways, guys, you have a great day. Thank you so much for coming. If you could click on that link that I posted in there, and make sure you just go through that flow. And if you could just comment on that post there. And like I said, I'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll have another training session on Saturday. So I will see you guys all there. It's been great. Thanks.